Welcome back to day 2 of DIY Rapunzel Party. In this segment, you're going to see how we blow up the balloons, set up the backdrop, and finish out the actual treat table. So stay tuned if you don't want to miss it. Hey, this is Erica from Lux and Logic. On this channel, we teach you guys DIYs, tips and tricks on the event business or wedding industry. We take you guys on tours and stuff like that. So if you're interested, please go ahead and subscribe over there. All right, continue watching the video. Okay, so never mind this little donut cream here. Don't worry about that. The next thing that we're gonna do is we are going to actually set up the backdrop portion of this. So I'm gonna show you what we're gonna be using. You can buy this from Amazon. I will link it in the description below. So this is a photo backdrop stand that I've had for a long time. It comes with a long pole that extends and 2 pieces right here for the actual. In order to use this, you have to untighten this knob on the side, and this will give you the ability to stretch out this portion here. Once you get it to an area or a height that you want it to be, or a stability that you want it to be, then you take these clips here and you flip them up so that you can extend the pole. And then you latch it back so that it doesn't move. And you just do this to the top as well, as high as you want it, and latch that top right there. So I'm just gonna sit this over here, and I'm gonna repeat the step for the next side, and then I'll show you the top part. All right, so there is the larger hole that I told you about, and this just goes on top of this and inside, and there's a little screw at the top where that little hole sticks through, where you're supposed to screw a nut there so that this stays stable. As you can see, it's best if you have 2 people, but I just wanted to show you that you can do it alone if you need to. You just tilt the leg into the hole, and then that's it. But this side of my pole, it needs to go up just a little bit more. So in order to adjust these legs, you just take this knob here on this side and you just untighten it, and then you push down a little bit and make it go up. And then you just tighten it back. And then that's your adjustment if you want to get a little more height. But make sure you don't do too much so that this sits flat on the ground and that you have a sturdy base. So for this backdrop, you're gonna need some type of clips. Since this is a home DIY, I purchased these from the Dollar Tree for $1.25. These are just some grab hooks that's gonna help latch around that pole and hold on our actual backdrop. Let me show you how these work. So we're just gonna use these. They're like large clothespins. If you guys ever did laundry back in the day and hung your clothes out, it's like a large clothespin, but it's wide enough that it will go around the pole and the actual backdrop. Okay, let's do our backdrop. So if you're doing this by yourself, just clip these to your shirt and you can have them so you can get on and off the ladder without having to go back to another space. Okay, here we go. You're just gonna take your backdrop and start at the beginning. Take your clip and clip it on. You can clip this on to a few different places so that it's sturdy, and then you just keep going. I'm gonna go ahead and clip it on this side. Okay, now that it is clipped, now you want to go ahead and clip the side poles to make sure that it's firm. You may also want to use a steamer to get out any wrinkles or anything like this. This is a vinyl type backdrop, and I think it's a 10 by 14. I will link it in the description below. Here's where I added some additional clips on the side, just around this pole, just to fold it in just a bit. Don't worry about the rough edges of this side because we're gonna be adding balloons. Okay, so I purchased this also from Amazon. It was a balloon garland by Top Loon. I will link this in the description below. These are the colors that it came with: gold, pink, and purple. I must say that I thought this was gonna be a bit more pastel when I purchased it, but it will work for this tutorial. It also came with some gold butterflies, which I will also be using, and I will show you the treat boxes that we'll be using later, which are also purchased from Amazon. And of course, I will link them below. For all those who are wondering, do you have to wear gloves when you are doing balloons? No, you do not. I do it because I have psoriasis, and these rubber balloons are really hard on my hands, and so I have to moisturize them all the time. And that is my caveat for that. So now let's go ahead and blow up some balloons. I'm gonna be pairing clusters together in the same color. So that means all the purples are gonna go together, all the pinks are gonna go together, all the golds are gonna go together. And I'm gonna be blowing them up in different sizes. So we love organic here on this channel. We do not do one size fits all. Everything is organic. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So these two balloons are the same size balloons. Yes, these are probably about 9-inch balloons, but I am going to deflate one and let this one stay this size. So now I'm just going to tie them together like this, flip it, and then just tie a regular square knot. Okay, I try to tie them as close to the balloon as possible because this is what I use to tie my garland together. I don't use 260s. I only use them very sparingly, and I don't use fishing line at all. It's a definitely no-no on this side of town. We don't use it at all. So I'm just gonna continue to blow these up. This is pair one. And now I'm gonna blow up another purple for you so I can show you how I put them together. So these are blown up a bit bigger, and I deflate them enough to make them a little bit more round, like this, okay? Some balloons you cannot make round, okay? So don't waste your 18-inch balloons because it's a cone, okay? Some of them are just made that way, and you just have to organize your garland as such. Okay, so now that I have these two like this, I'm going to stack them on top of each other like this, and then I will begin to maneuver them around each other to make a knot like this. I'm just gonna keep blowing up balloons and pairing them together until I'm done, and then I'll come back and show you how I tie it all together. All right, so I've blown up most of the balloons, and now I'm gonna blow up the 5-inch balloons because this is what we're gonna use to decorate or accent the balloon garland. So I take two 5-inch balloons and I put them on my machine and I blow them up small. Even if I blow them up this big, I always break them down. I always think about these as earrings, and earrings are to accent what you already have, so it's not the main course, like it's not the main thing. So I do these small. One set can be this size, and then I'll probably do this one even smaller or shrink it down, you know what I mean, even smaller than that one. Not that small. So this is where I'm at. I'm gonna put this together like this, and I'm gonna pair them up. And then what I do, this is when I do use 260s, I would tie a 260 to this end and to another end of these here, and that would make a string in the middle so that I can wrap it around the balloon. So this is my decorative balloon. So here are all of our quads here, and now we are going to be assembling them. We're gonna assemble, and how I do it is I usually start from the bottom of my garland up. So I always like to place a big quad. I don't want to call this a quad, but a big piece of the garland, like a big balloon at the bottom. And then I continue to go up. And like I said, I put them together by the necks of the balloon. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So I won't be talking too much about this strategy because I talk about it all the time. So here is the neck of this balloon here. And then this is the one that is on top right here. So I'm going to use both of these necks to tie them together. I'm going to try to get a good picture for you. Inside, just like this. These are the two pieces. And I'm just going to wrap them around like that. And then I'm going to stretch it. And I'm just going to tie another knot. It's a little bit harder to do with these gloves on because they're not my size. But if I can do it with these gloves on, you guys can do it without the gloves. So there we are. There is the finished knot in the inside. And I just tied it just like I tie any other knot, okay? And then you just move around your balloons, and then this is how you begin to get length, just like this, okay? So I think I have enough pink on this, so now I'm gonna change my color to purple, if I can grab it. And then I'll show you one more, and then I will just continue on, and I'll show you when I get ready to attach it to the actual backdrop. We have so many balloon videos on here, so just go back and watch the beginning type tutorials that we have up here to show you how to do this. Okay, so here's the purple one. Maybe this will be a bit better because you can see two different colors. But of course, I am holding this string here. And I have my purple string as well here. And I just go inside just like this. Hopefully you guys can get a good view of this. Me inside with the knot, okay? I'm pulling it, and now I'm just tying it around each other to make a knot. And again, if I can do this with large gloves on, you guys should be able to do this pretty easily with no gloves, okay? So it's just tied together just like that. Okay, the balloon garland is put together, and now we're gonna attach it to our photo backdrop using a 260. What I'm gonna do is tie this around the leg of the backdrop, and then I'm gonna tie it again to make a hole for my balloon to pop in. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so I just moved this over a little bit so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Just move this over, and you're just gonna take this and just tie it around the leg of your pole here. Just gonna tie it on one good time. Then you're gonna tie these two at the top to create a loop. And again, this will be so much easy for you to do because you're not wearing gloves. Okay, so this is where we're gonna pop our balloon into right here. Don't make the mistake of wanting to put the last balloon on that hole. We want these balloons to be flush to the ground while also trying to cover up this leg. We don't like the mechanics to show. That's how it looks a little bit more professional. Okay, we're gonna do the best we can because this is not what we usually use. It is an Amazon balloon garland, so we may not have enough balloons. But so what you want to do, instead of putting the last balloon on that loop, you want to measure this to the ground like this, okay? And then you're gonna take not this balloon, but this balloon, or maybe even this balloon. So this is 1 balloon, 2 balloons, 3 balloons, and that's what you're gonna stick around this hole. Just so it stays right here on the floor and it's not going anywhere. I'll show you another angle. Here's another angle of this balloon being attached to the pole. I'm yanking it, and as you can see, it's there. Okay, so this is the rest of the balloon garland out this way. And what we wanna do is just stand it up. And we're gonna continue on putting this along the edge of this backdrop. Same thing, you're gonna move over your backdrop vinyl, add a 260, and then make a loop and attach. All right, here's where I attach the 260 again. This is the second loop. And now I'm just gonna drag up my balloon garland here. And then you're just gonna find where it's not going to be pulling. You have to find a balloon that is not going to pull this in any way, okay? And then you just attach this loop here. I'm attaching it to this gold balloon here. So you just take it like a big rubber band and you just pop this balloon. Whoop. Pop the balloon inside. And now it's stuck there. So you just continue on in this manner until you have your entire balloon garland up. Okay, so for this top one, we're not gonna move the vinyl. We're gonna use that white clip that we put up. We're gonna tie it with this, and then we're gonna attach it, and we're gonna use that middle one for the same thing until we get to the end of the balloon garland. You can see we have the balloon garland up. This is an Amazon balloon garland, so it doesn't cover the span that I would love for it to cover. So my advice would be for you to get 2 of these, or already have some extra balloons on hand like I already do. So I'm gonna use those balloons to finish out this look, but I just wanted you to be able to see that this is an Amazon balloon garland. So when people think that you're gonna get the look that the picture actually shows. It's nothing like that. This is what you're gonna get, and it doesn't even cut to the middle of this actual backdrop. But I'm gonna add some more balloons, and I'm gonna finish this off, and I'll come back when it's completed. I just wanted to come back to show you now that I've filled in a little bit more of the balloons, and I've got the garlands to go at least halfway of one of the pages for Once Upon a Time. Now I'm gonna begin to work on the treat table, and I'm also gonna be adding some florals into this balloon garland as well. Florals are optional, but I'm gonna just add them to just see how I like it. Okay, so I've added a few florals inside of this balloon garland. Don't worry, it's not expensive. I picked these up from the Dollar Tree. And now I'm gonna add these gold butterfly stickers. I'm probably not gonna use them all. I'll put some at the top corner up there, and then maybe some right where the florals are on this side here. And then I'll save some because I may want to use a bit of these for the decorations on the table as well. Let me do you close up so that you can see how these go on. Okay, so I've taken one of the butterflies out. It has like a little perforated part here, if you can see. This is where we're gonna bend the butterfly up. Like this. And then it also came with glue dots in here. Hopefully you guys know how to use glue dots. My sister doesn't. She sucks at glue dots. But I'm just gonna take one off because I don't want to mess them all up because I have on gloves. So I'm just gonna use one. Okay, so you just peel your paper off, okay? And then you stick the glue dot on the bottom of your butterfly. Okay, and as you can see, it's sticky. And then you just like smush it in. I like bend it over on it as well. And then you can just unfold. As you can see, it's some sticky residue right there. You're just unfolding this paper off, and there's your glue dot, okay? That wasn't a very good example, but I'll show you a close-up of where I'm gonna place this guy right here. Let me slide you up just a little bit more. And I'm just gonna pretend that he is after this flower because he wants a bit of nectar. And I'm just gonna push my finger in the middle of his body, there. And then we have our lovely butterfly. He's sticking, he's not moving, but it's gorgeous, okay? All right, so that's how you do that. I'm gonna continue to add these on, and then it's for real this time. We're gonna do the table. All right, so this is what we're gonna be using for our treat box. These also came from Amazon. I will link it down in the description. They're very tiny boxes with butterflies on it. I thought it would go great with the theme because we already had gold butterflies. So we're gonna fold these. They come in 3 colors. This is like an iridescent pink. This is an iridescent purple. And then this is just plain white. So we won't be using the white. I'm just gonna use the purple and the pink. So let's see how we can fold these. It does not come with instructions, I will tell you that. But I have had enough experience with buying boxes from Amazon that I think I can put it together. So let's just fold up all the corners. That's what I usually do. I fold them all up. And then you just kind of bend it together. At least that's how I usually get it to work. Just like that. So I just lay it down and then I just bend it all together like this. And some kind of way it just like comes together on the bottom. So this is what I would do to figure it out. So obviously these flaps go underneath here. And then you're gonna use this top flap to tuck underneath that. And that is what's gonna give you your stability here. And then there's one more tuck that you do on the side here. And then it's ready for you to fill with small candies, okay? So there are also some small butterfly holes that need to be punched out as well. So you just go and just take these out with your finger so that all the butterfly pieces will be out of the box. So this is a little tedious, but it's not too bad. And you only need to make enough for the amount of guests that you're going to have. And then to finish folding the box, now that we've gotten all the holes out, you just bend these two down and push this together some type of way. Okay, so to close this, there's like a slit here and a slit here, and then you're just gonna like push them together to form the butterfly, is what I am guessing here. Just try not to be too rough. And there you go. All right, these are cute little treat boxes. So I'm gonna finish putting these together and then I'll come back. Okay, so for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm gonna be using my actual work desk as the treat table. I'm gonna be using a white tablecloth, and then I'm gonna lay down my cake plate and my little treat trays that I have. So let's get to that. When you lay your tablecloth, you want to make sure that it goes to the bottom of the floor and not above it. Otherwise, you'll see the mechanics, and we're trying to cover mechanics as much as possible. And just fold it over. Just give it a small cuff. You can also steam it to knock out some of the wrinkles to make it look a little bit more polished. Okay, so these are the gold plates that we're going to be using for our table decor. We will add the cake in the middle because that is going to be our focal point, and then our treat trays are going to be on either side. Okay, so for the sake of this tutorial, we're only going to put 4 treat boxes on each on each plate here. But we're also going to be adding some other decorations inside of this treat tray as well. Okay, I have added the cake and the treat box decor. This cake is not a cake, but a donut tower to reflect the Rapunzel look. If you want to see how we made this, definitely check out the video in the corner and it'll tell you exactly how we made this. Okay, so here is the finished look of the DIY Rapunzel birthday party theme. Of course, you could always use a pink tablecloth or a purple tablecloth, but we want you to use exactly what you have on hand since this is a DIY for a 4-year-old birthday party. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up, click the notifications so that you get alerted when we post another video, and don't forget to subscribe. If you stayed this long, stay a while. See you later. Bye.